I think Macron might be my new favourite kit to supply, you know. The 24-25 season hasn't even started yet, and they have bringing out some of the best kits we're going to see all season. So I just thought I need to make a video about this, and I need to show you some of my favourite kits from the Macron selection. Yeah, on this channel, I like to look at some of the other brands, not just the big teams and the big names. I like to look at some of the other kits, and I think Macron, although not a small company, they're really stepping up their kit game recently. Like last season, there were some good ones, and I think this coming season, it's going to be crazy. I mean, I'm looking at Kit Archive, and they've already got 100 teams on their roster, which is insane. I'm obviously not going to go through all 100 right now, but I've picked out some of my favourites because there's some special kits here. Let's start with the Crystal Palace home shirt, shall we? Because I feel like this shirt really made some waves online. Since Palace moved away from Puma in 2022, I feel like Macron have released some really bold and interesting kits for Palace, but this is probably the boldest yet. The traditional red and blue stripes of Palace's home kits have been blended in using this mad eagle motif ripped from the badge, and this creates a really crazy eye-catching look. And this shirt won't be everyone's cup of tea, it's very out there, but for me, you know, a bold, interesting kit really does capture everyone's attention, rightly or wrongly, but I think this just works. I think that obviously using the badge element is smart, the bold colours coming through. I think they've smashed this one. Heading up north now, because this 24-25 Blackburn shirt is a thing of beauty. Firstly, it's taking inspiration from the 1994-95 Premier League winning season, and it's doing this by incorporating the famous half and half design and also clean polo collar with the red accents. And this just makes sense, doesn't it? This upcoming season is an anniversary of one of their best ever seasons, one of their biggest achievements, winning the Premier League. So it just makes sense to like celebrate that in the kit. But that's not the only thing that makes this kit really stand out to me. Inside of the blue elements of it, there's this really nice rose pattern that's inspired by the badge, of course. So not only is it retro inspired, but it also has its own new element, bringing it to the modern day, making it its own thing. That's just a 10 out of 10. They've smashed that one. Also on the home shirt, that Totally Wicked sponsor isn't there, because if it was, it would ruin it, and you know it would, but it's not there, so it's fine. But speaking of showing love to some lower league teams, I wanted to mention the sponsor of this video, Sangalo. I teamed up with them as they sent me a few kits a few weeks ago of some teams that they have on their roster that are big clubs from around the world, but don't get the exposure that they deserve. And there's some beautiful designs in there as well, some really good work going on at Sangalo. I have a link in the description and it takes you to their website. It's an affiliate link, so it supports the channel if you fancy doing that. No pressure though. But that's it, I'll get you back to the video. Go on. Up next, we got our first away shirt and another retro throwback. We're talking about the 24-25 Sheffield Wednesday away shirt, because this is just class. This one is inspired by the 1996-98 Wednesday kit, so it features a similar neon base and some subtle jackyard tonal stripes. This new one, however, does have a polo collar instead of the round neck like the original, and personally, I'm okay with that. I absolutely love polo collars. If you've watched this channel for even a video, you'll know that I'm a big fan, and I think this one itself looks really nice. I just think polo collars are back, you know. There's so many on this list that are there. So many of these new season kits, polo collars are coming back, and they're more popular again like they were in the 90s. I'm absolutely here for it. That's a little bit of a tangent though. This Wednesday kit, absolutely beautiful. Love it. Heading overseas now, it's time to talk about Bologna. I reckon last season Bologna had the best kits of the whole season, like out of every team, especially that home shirt. It was so special, so it was always going to be hard to follow that, but I think they've done a pretty good job, to be honest. The home, they've kept it very simple, just those bold stripes coming across with some nice sleeve features, and the away is also dead simple, white base, nice blue and red sash coming across the front, but this kit has a lot more meaning going on in it. The design itself is actually directly inspired by the 1924-25 away shirt, in which they won their first ever Scudetto in. And around the kit, there's also some other nods to that, like in the collar, it has this nice little 100 years graphic. So yeah, like hard to follow last season, but I think they've done a pretty good job at keeping it simple, keeping it clean, and releasing another set of great kits. From Italy over to Spain, we're going to be talking about Cadiz, and we've got some more retro inspired designs. I love it. In the early 90s, Cadiz had some really funky kits that always feature some sort of triangle designs inspired by the club's badge. And now in 2024, Macron have brought that theme back. So in the home shirt, there's some nice tonal stripes in the chest, and then there's some also nice blue ones on the sleeves. Also, let's talk about a polo collar again. I feel like I'm repeating myself so much, but this one is perfect. I love the overlappingness of it, using the little bit of accent colours. It's just beautiful. And then moving to the away, it's a bit more of a modern take on the 85-86 away shirt. That shirt featured a white base, light blue band and accents. And this new shirt is just that, but like I said, a modernised version of it. So there's a bit more of like a gradient line detail into some of these graphics. And they've also gone all out on that sleeve pattern with the repeated thing coming up against it. And lastly, I've got to give a shout out to the Bolton away shirt. I love the green colour in this, and I love those chunky cuffs that they've got going on. But the main attraction here is that base pattern that features elephant and castle motifs. Both are important symbols of Bolton and can be both found in the coat of arms. So it's a nice little bit of history there embedded into the kit, you know, something that the local fans can be like, oh, you know, that's a bit of us in there. And you know what? There's just loads that I didn't speak about in this. Well, literally 100, like I said at the start of the video. There's a few more that I want to give a special mention to, like the Stockholm shirt and the Hanover third shirt. They're both mint, but I didn't think I had the time to talk about them in this video. But yeah, man, Macron are just smashing it, aren't they? They're just doing such a good job. And I think my favourite thing is that most of their teams on their roster gets attention, gets love. They don't just get thrown a template, they get thrown some history, some detail. Like every kit I spoke about on this list, they've all got history behind them and inspirations. And you know, not all these teams are like the top 5 clubs, you know, or the top 5 leagues, you know. Some of these are second division clubs, but they're still getting that attention that each club deserves. So I think that's probably my favourite part, as well as some beautiful designs. But that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Comment your favourite Macron kit in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I've turned the light off, but if you just see there, there's my other videos, you should watch them. I'm in Estonia.